At this point in time, as far as I'm concerned, the LA County prison system should build a wing strictly for Lindsay Lohan.
And Conrad Murray is found guilty. Shocker.
Meanwhile, I'm Chet Kopic. Welcome to Culture Clash, along with
Catherine Saxon.
Clash, of course, is brought your way by the marvelous people at Athens Motors on Waukegan Road in Morton Grove. We begin in the flowery little college town in western Pennsylvania known as State College, where Joe Paterno has got, shall we say, some issues.
Joe Paterno might have the least of the issues with the people involved. Athletic director steps down, so does the vice president for finance and business. How do you feel about this?
Well, first of all, Joe obviously knew about this going back to 2002. He's testified in front of the grand jury. Now, he went to his athletic director and told the AD about the allegations regarding Jerry Sandusky, his longtime defensive coordinator. My question is, why didn't Joe Paterno go to the police? We're not talking about a football player. We're not talking about shoulder pads. We're talking about little boys who were being sexually abused. Number two, he's coached at Penn State for 46 years. In some respects right now, Joe Paterno, in my opinion, has the university by the so-called kahunas, because if the university tries to play hardball with Paterno, he will play hardball right back. He's a tough, old-fashioned Italian guy. Paterno can make the university look even worse, if that's possible, than it looks right now.
Okay, well, apparently somebody walked in on him, Sandusky, sodomizing a 10-year-old boy. I don't know if it was Paterno, but to me...
No, it was not Paterno.
Okay, well, whoever was involved, you walk in on this, I don't care if he's your friend, your coworker. I personally would have attacked the guy, gone to the athletic department and called the police right away. This is just something that I can't... anyone involved in this, I feel like should get fired.
Well, here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know is this, is how could Sandusky have this foundation that he basically was running out of an office at Penn State after he left coaching? How could he be allowed to take young boys on trips to bowl games? Joe, you knew what transpired, for heaven's sakes. Why would you allow Sandusky to take kids on trips to postseason football games? Sadly,
the irony behind this is sick.
Incredible legacy is going right down the drain.
Okay, moving forward, a legacy, another one. Andy Rooney, commentator for 60 Minutes, died at 92. Actually lived an amazing life, and he was interviewed, and they asked him, if you could redo your life, what would you change? And he said absolutely nothing, which I thought was pretty cool for a guy to live to 92, and if he could redo his life, he would do it the exact same way.
Well, the guy had a 3-minute work week. I could never figure out Andy Rooney in 60 Minutes to begin with. Mike Wallace, Morley Safer, all these hard-edged journalists. Andy Rooney never fit, but somehow he worked. He was brilliant. I used to see Andy Rooney every year at the Super Bowl. He would show up, didn't report. He was just a big football fan. That's what I'll always remember about Andy Rooney.
I think that he just had this grumpy appeal, actually, about him, and he just made his 3 minutes work really well, like a legacy in and of itself. Somebody else who passed away at 67, Joe Frazier. I'm sure you want to comment on this.
It hurts a great deal, and I'll tell you why. I saw Joe defeat Jimmy Ellis in the Garden in 1970 to win the WBA heavyweight title. Saw his last fight here in Chicago when he came out of retirement against Jumbo Cummings in 1981. The mystique of Muhammad Ali would not be nearly as big as it is without the presence of Joe Frazier. Their 3-fight series, the trilogy, the greatest 3-fight series in boxing history. I thought Joe Frazier was indestructible.
When he beat Muhammad Ali, isn't that considered to be one of the best fights of all time?
March 8th, 1971, it was Super Fight 1.
Okay.
In the eyes of certain people, it was the greatest fight of all time. But the greatest fight of all time, Ali Frazier in Manila. When Ali said following the fight, it was the closest thing to death.
Well, I know that they both went to the hospital after the fight, that's for sure.
Of course, he obviously never saw this show.
Too bad. Okay, Lindsay Lohan. Apparently, we have to keep talking about her because she went to jail, lasted less than 5 hours, and this is her 5th jail sentence. I want to know, when is this chick going to hit rock bottom? The LA homeless shelter actually rejected Lindsay from doing some of her community service there because she said that they said that she would set a bad example for the women who are trying to actually get their lives together. Ouch.
Hi, we have 42 drug addicts here who've been in and out of this joint 28 times, and we think Lindsay Lohan would be a bad example for these women. Lindsay Lohan hit rock bottom about 2 years ago. You know what really disgusts me about the whole thing? Lindsay Lohan and the way she's been treated by the people who wear the black robes, by the guys who sit on the bench, it's an insult to the American judicial system. You're doing the joint for the 5th time and you're in for 5 hours? Where the hell are we?
I mean, she's an insult to my generation entirely, but I saw the judge actually say to her, the LA homeless shelter doesn't want you. And she had a complete blank stare, poker face. I don't even know if she was, mentally present. But if somebody says that to me, I'm going to get emotional. I would probably break out into tears. I mean, that's a low blow.
I think Lindsay Lohan at this point is beyond tears.
For us, even. Can
Who
you
is
believe
Lindsay
that?
Lohan? Why are we talking about
I'm
Lindsay
embarrassed
Lohan?
that we're talking about her. Let's talk about somebody much more important, Justin Bieber, okay? So this kid
Yeah.
is willing to
Why don't we
take...
talk about Herman Cain?
I mean, what else is there to say about that guy? A 4th woman comes out with sexual assault allegations. But anyway, Justin Bieber,
When he gets to 5, he qualifies for the coveted Lindsay Lohan Award.
he's hoping he gets to 9 so he can reach 999 for his plan. It'll, look really good for his campaign. Okay. Justin Bieber is willing to take a paternity test for a woman who just came out that said that he is the father of her 3-month-old son. She said that after...
He's too young to have pubic hair.
Okay, well, if this is true, she's not that bright, because if this is true, she was 19 and he was 16 at the time, and it would have been statutory rape. So she wasn't really thinking this one through. I mean, at this point, she has an issue with the law either way, whether or not he's the father or not. But I'm thinking not the case, and that this is not going to blow over very well for her.
No charges will ever be brought forward.
No, there's going to be a countersuit against her so that other women know, don't come after Justin Bieber.
Catherine,
He's
why
gonna
would there
file,
be a countersuit? Do you think this babe has any money?
I'm just saying.
Why would Justin Bieber want the aggravation of having to go into court, take depositions, do pre-trials, the whole 9 yards? Just, hey, it's gotten a ton of media pub.
Because
it's obviously helped the career of Justin Bieber, right?
Look, he's trying to make a point that don't come after me with false allegations because I'm going to play hardball and I will take a paternity test. And I mean, other women would try to do something like this, unfortunately. It's true.
Very true.
Yes. Okay.
Your gender can be rather nasty.
As can yours. Okay, can we talk about Dr. Murray? No surprise there, found guilty of manslaughter, and right now he's actually placed in medical ward. Some people feel like he might be on suicide watch. Other people say that he's a keep-away prisoner, meaning he needs extra protection because other inmates might actually attack him.
Well, given the impact of Michael Jackson, if I'm Conrad Murray, the idea of going into a prison and being part of the general population, I don't know how they're going to protect this guy in prison. But you know that there is a con right now.
He used to be on
thinking to
24-hour
himself-
watch, I know that.
Thinking to himself, I am going to kill. I'm going to build up cred. I'm going to become a national hero. I'm going to kill the guy who, in his mind, deliberately killed Michael Jackson.
Is the cause for Michael Jackson's death. I mean, yeah, that would give great street cred for the inmates.
Why is it involuntary manslaughter? He overdosed the kid.
I think that it could be murder charges, but you think that he's going to get like a year and a half? Is that what you're for
I'm guessing
sentencing?
a year and a half to 2 years. All right, kiddo. Game, set, and match. Great job.
Thank
See you
you.
next Tuesday.
I'm Catherine Saxon, along with
Chet Kopic.
for Culture Clash. We want to thank our good friends at Athens Motors in Morton Grove on Waukegan Road. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Catch you next time around. So long, everybody.